It seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The end result, 21 yards.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Catch made here by Campbell. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll send a receiver in motion left.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
It looks like they quit hitting the snooze button on their alarm there. Finally a sign of life from this defense. They've been fairly passive on this opening drive. Now able to stand up on 1st and goal, and they sent that play backwards.
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And that one really pushes him back. A loss of 9. And now it's 3rd and goal after the sack.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
He'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. And they'll begin by running the option.
It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
They shakes him off, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Like the footwork back there, and I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his fourth down call.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Shedding through the defense. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The home team's offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. We show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. And you can see where he's right up there amongst the league's best at finding the end zone. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time, let's keep doing it until they stop us? Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That'll give them 8 that time. And now it's 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. He'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. And give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 8. They'll look to throw here. He's got his man. It's Wright. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 22 yards there, a 1st down. And the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of the times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. On play action, they'll throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. So this defense, they gave up some yards on this drive, but bottom line, they came up with a sack when it mattered.
And we know that every down counts, but let's be honest about it. People focus on 3rd down as a real key down in any drive, any situation. And they took full advantage of 3rd down there and made a play.
A 45-yard attempt.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive.
And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Tell you what, he did not have much time there to get in the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly, meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them? They were on him in a hurry.
And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. Back to throw. Nixon.
Man open, that's Jamar Chase, complete.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Jake Camarda sent on now to punt this away.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line.
The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. He'll drop to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
This is taken at about the 14. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, what's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
He's going to fire one deep left sideline.
That's to the sideline, and it's intercepted.
They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He'll get this into the hands of the Dunze. And he's got this down to the 35. The 3rd down conversion is successful. Give him 12 yards that time.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
In motion, the tight end. Back to throw again. He's got White here. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
They'll look to throw again. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Now they send a man in motion right. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Now this one thrown away. Will we see a flag? No. They'll say there was a receiver nearby. Pretty generous call, but either way, it's 4th down. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's pulled in by Brooks. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam coming out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
From the gun on 3rd down, Nixon.
That is caught. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
And that one results in 35 yards.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
He will find his man Chase complete.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Looking to throw. Nixon.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
And his kick is indeed good.
So a conservative decision there, but it does put him on the board.
And I know the players hate it and the coaches hate it, but sometimes you just got to take the points when they're there. Sometimes a field goal is pretty darn good.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more.
The offense back out there at the line ready for their next drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. Some great games still to come, and I think we highlighted one of the better ones right there, as that promises to be a tight one. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on what should be a very tough opponent. And then lastly, on Monday Night Football, those fans will be riled up as it'll be a good matchup between their guys and what equates to be a very tough opponent.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
So this a 2-possession ball game as we get back underway, set for the 3rd quarter. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
He finds his man, complete. It's Phillips. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Nixon. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. A first down carry for Davis. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. From the gun on 3rd down. Nixon. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
And defensively, they had an extra defensive back on the field, their nickel package, and it made a difference. All the receivers were blanketed, so he tried to run for it, but he came up just a bit short.
On now is the punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. It's caught. This is White. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
At this point, this offense feels like they could just roll out anything, and it would work. They are certainly in no hurry for this one to end. Not when they can rack up some stats and continue to add to their lead.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Out to his left. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Here is 3rd down and 4. They'll set up to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
So they bring out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. It's taken to the 26. It'll be a 41-yard punt. Give them 5 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try to get some points.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting them back on the sand.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
They'll run straight ahead with Brooks.
And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Looking to throw. Nixon. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So possession goes over here on the punt.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
2nd and 1. Over the middle, complete. It's White. And he's brought down. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down. They'll look to throw. Gets this to Campbell out on the right side. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Back to throw. Nixon. Hard throw. Incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because What you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He'll look middle here and get it to Odunze. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. 3rd down and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
They'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that's going to make it 4th down. And they'll send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Fielded at the 33. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Here's a 2nd and 8. A run out of the gun with Brooks. It'll be a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll also be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. From the gun on 3rd down. Nixon, throw left side, complete. That's Douglas. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Phillips. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That really sets him back. A loss of 6. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
And this one is right down the middle. And the lead is down to 10 now at 16-6. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. This 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the 46-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw. Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
They go play action here on first down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. They'll start on the ground with Brooks. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Here's 2nd and 10. Once again, it's Brooks. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 9. And that is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Little choice, Charles, but to go for it right there, and that pick 6 will be the icing on the cake.
Yeah, you don't know how many more possessions you're going to get, so really you're almost at the point of no options. Have to go for it. Bottom line, though, is defenders know that as well. They know you've got to throw the football. Had the right defense call, able to make a nice play on the ball, and that's all she wrote.
Now for the point after. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this fourth quarter. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Now a 2nd and 10. Up the middle they go. Stockton, he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Down inside the 40. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
41 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Now they've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? Now back to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 24. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Operating from the gun, Nixon. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man is Chase, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. One last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time is run out now on this game. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the home team here, it's a rare bright spot as they move to 3-10 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.